Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today for the Leo solar eclipse reading, which will be taking place on August 12th of 2026. And before we get started, I just wanted to go into my own personal insights that I've been receiving about this upcoming eclipse and the eclipse season ahead. We are seeing a lot of collective themes surrounding authentic self-expression, releasing any blockages that are holding us back from tapping in and living our most authentic and happiest timeline, as well as power and control struggles and themes, especially whenever it comes to pre-existing systems. Maybe we're being called to step into our most unique, authentic, original system or way of being that more so rebels. Because this is on the Leo Aquarius axis, Aquarius is the sign of the rebellion, but it also is the sign of humanity. So, well, the rebeller, not the rebellion. And it can definitely be a very strong rebellious energy whenever it comes to how this energy may be showing up. So you could be experiencing some tiredness whenever it comes to the way that you are showing up in the world, and anything that does not serve you or align with your highest good and healing will be leaving you at this time. Eclipse season, eclipses represent fated events. I feel like this is my own intuitive philosophy, but eclipses are fated events, whereas everything else is kind of a good mix. I truly do believe in the power of free will. So let's go ahead. I hope that makes sense, by the way. But let's go ahead and get into the piles. For pile number 1, we have a reappearance, backed by popular demand, the Tiger's Eye, Florida. The way that literally nobody has commented or even laughed at my Tiger's Eye, Florida joke is hilarious. So funny, but it is backed by popular demand, and by popular demand, I mean me. And as well, for pile 1, it is this Rider-Waite, just standard classical Rider-Waite tarot, featuring the 6 of Wands or 6 of Swords there on the bottom. For pile number 2, we have this orange Aventurine stone, as well as the Supernova Tarot, featuring the Ace of Wands here. For pile number 3, we have this Quartz and Pyrite mix, as well as the Super Art Golden Tarot, Noveau Tarot, featuring the King of Swords there. Then for pile number 4, we have this, I want to say this is white calcite, and the mystical Medleys tarot, featuring the 2 of Cups. So if you need to pause the video, take a second, you can jump down to the timestamps below, and you can, it's in the description box, jump to your pile. But I will see you there. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 1. Thank you so much for joining me today for your Leo solar eclipse reading. I just wanted to say, I know my channel is just now starting off whenever I'm recording this, and it's been such a pleasure and such an honor to be able to do this. I know I don't have like a lot of viewers yet, but this path genuinely brings me so much joy, and yeah, it's an honor to be able to share this with you. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at some oracle cards that I pulled off camera for some themes and experiences that you may be encountering during this eclipse season. So for starters, we have the Mystic. Then we have Aquarius. So just give me a moment to make these fit onto the screen. We have Community Service. We have Vegetable Garden. We have the Aquarius Venus Detachment. Probably put these here. We have Criticism. We have Venus in Leo with Affair. It's always nice when the signs are on brand, right? As well as Libra Moon Companionship. And then we have August, which it's August when this is happening, and also when I'm recording this, it's August 3rd when I'm recording this, or 2nd. And then we have Bat, take care, enemy is working against you. Okay, so pile number 1. I can see that around the time of the solar eclipse, you may be heavily involved with a certain community, especially since Aquarius is the sign of community, humanitarian service. It could be that you guys are involved in some kind of spiritual community. And again, I'm getting that you just need to, you may be getting some kind of recognition at this time. There may be a lot of eyes, a lot of attention onto you, especially with this eye here. And the Mystic card, I actually cut to the Archetypes guidebook for, this is the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck by Kim Kronz, and she is one of my favorite oracle authors and deck creators. She does the Wild Unknown Alchemy, the Wild Unknown Tarot. She's just all around very, very talented and very passionate about the work that she does, and you can really see it in her work. So I want to take the time to dissect this archetype because I feel that this is how you are showing up in your energy. So reading the main passage here, we have the Mystic, the Seeker, the Light Worker, the Dreamer. The Mystic is often misunderstood in our culture, depicted as a wandering or light-hearted daydreamer. Yet, like Shiva, the true mystic plays a critical role in society, remaining fearlessly dedicated to the path of transformation. In order to save the earth from darkness, Shiva swallows the poison of the world and holds it in his throat, slowly transmuting this liquid into nectar. This is the work of the mystic. They do not fear darkness, but rather sit in the presence of it, harness the potential and latent energy behind it, and embed with light. They are patient and prudent change makers, seeking growth above all else. Unanswerable questions are the mystic's lifeblood. The mystic reveals in mystery, in the great riddle of life, dancing with the forces of light and dark upon its wings. So I feel as though if you're not in some kind of spiritual community, I think you may be in an artistic community. Maybe you're putting yourself out there online or something like that to where you are getting some kind of recognition. Whatever it is, like we have like this double imagery, like this blue eye here. So maybe blue eyes are significant for you, but I feel like there is somebody who is pointing a lot of fingers at you and really ridiculing you. And with Virgo being here, I feel like there's just like such a pureness in your energy. You know, Virgo is the sign of the Virgin, and it really does talk about, like, I think that you just have such a pure heart in everything that you do. And as much as, you know, I think there are some really supportive people around you, and I think you do recognize the important people in your life, and I see that there is no lack of supportive people whatsoever. It does seem like you are heavily supported. I also wanted to take the time to read this number 8 community service card that says, "The balm to your wounds lives in the spark that radiates love and brings healing to the world." The community service card has appeared to bring a beautiful message of transformative and healing kindness that can be to your life. How transformative and healing kindness can be to your life. Moments of compassion and generosity have the ability to brighten someone's day, inspire hope, and affirm support, and become one more deposit towards healing the wounds of humanity. This card is a gentle reminder to actively seek opportunities to give a worthy cause, whether that's your favorite charity or helping a next door neighbor. Doing so is not just for the benefit of others, but also a way to nourish your own soul. Kindness can only be given from an open heart, willing to allow the essence of love to channel through. By consciously choosing to be kind, you are affirming your desire to experience greater connection, which will inevitably return to you in the form of increased finances, experiencing more love, and an openness to new opportunities, fulfillment, purpose, and the manifestation of your most heartfelt desires. And over here, I don't know if you guys want to take a look to screenshot it. It has a list of some community service ideas. So just reading them off really quick, they have make time for scheduling for volunteering, whether that's helping out your local homeless shelter or simply visiting elderly friends in nursing homes. Small acts of service add up quickly. Get involved with what you care about, donating money or supplies. Pay it forward. Random acts of kindness can take many forms. So I feel like if any of those resonate or you feel called to do that, now this is definitely a sign to do such things. And I really feel like Spirit is saying you have such a generous and kind heart. Like, I don't necessarily, like, I feel like this is more so the energy that you are embodying. Like, I feel like you pour so much into the community around you. And it could be that in a sense you're not really being appreciated by all people. Maybe it's feeling like that. And there's just a need to kind of reassess where you stand with your relationships in this. Maybe you need to be a little bit more private. Maybe the full moon could be significant in August. There's a full moon in Pisces, lunar eclipse in Pisces, that will be happening. I believe it's going to be on the 27th of August. So I think that's a Thursday. Take that if it resonates, if any of those are signs. You definitely have some people in your life, close people. So just know that maybe there are some people that you have to be a little bit more discerning of. And in you being such a bright light, like the Mystic card says, like, the Mystic does not shy away from darkness and community. It embraces it. So you may have this kind of idea of embrace all, reject none, and maybe you're trying to figure out a way to protect yourself as well as do the good work that you really are passionate about doing. Yeah, I definitely think this could be like throwing you for a loop or some kind of surprise, because I really do see you in this essence of being such a generous person, and maybe there's a lot of eyes on you at this time. People just may unfortunately put you on a pedestal, and maybe they're just kind of waiting for you to fall, you know, and it's, some of it could be subconscious again, but just make sure you are protecting yourself at this time. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these cards away so that we can go ahead and get into the tarot. Maybe we can get a little bit more additional guidance about who or what this might be looking like for you. Spirits, angels, ancestors within my pile number one's highest good and healing only. Please help me to deliver a message that is rooted in love, that helps bring clarity on my pile number one's journey, that helps them to feel more confident and more assured in their self and their faith along this. And if any of y'all see this card in here, it is the Moon card. I just felt called to comment on that. Can we get some additional guidance, please, Spirit? Yeah, my Moon card ran off on me, and I didn't want to get a new deck. I bonded with it too much, so. What can my pile number ones expect? Can get like a little bit more identification about who this might be. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords here, the Page of Swords, the Six of Swords. Interesting. That was the card that we had whenever we were looking at the piles in the pick-a-pile. And we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. I'm going to go ahead and get some clarifiers here. Can I have a clarifier for the Ace of Swords? We have the Queen of Wands. Can I get a clarifier for the Page of Swords, Spirit? Four of Cups. Six of Swords. Okay, we got a couple falling out. So we had the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Swords, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Cups. Interesting. I don't know where I'm going to put these. I might just keep them off the screen, just because we don't have room and I want to be able to look at them. Let's see, we'll do, oh, so many of my cards just fell. Oh, joy. That's okay. It ain't easy being this breezy. I say it once, I'll say it again. Mean trillion times. Okay, and then of course the Eight of Swords in reverse. Can we get a clarifier there, Spirit? Okay, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck here. I'm just gonna place that to the side. Okay, so I have been hearing that Doechii song, Alter Ego, unfazed, unbothered, unfuckwittable, bitch, why bother? I'm that bitch, I'm that bitch, I'm that bitch, which I don't think is Doechii's line, but it doesn't matter. But like, you know who the fuck you are. You know who you are. If there is anybody who is trying you, pay them no mind. No mind. Of course, protect yourself. I feel like there are a lot of people who practice magic of some kind, manifestation. Please make sure you're protecting yourself, protecting your time, energy, space. Because I definitely feel like this person, this energy, just being a little bit envious towards you and the life that you built for yourself, your confidence, and they think that they can take you down a peg or two. But Spirit is really wanting you to just not give this the time of day and the energy, because I feel like this person is trying to steal your spotlight in some way. And with that, I definitely think that it can be a little bit exhausting, especially with how much work and time and effort that you've put into the community and how much you care. Like, I definitely think there's like this disappointed, like this person is not in a clear headspace at this time. And I think there's just definitely like, wow, like I've done all of this for you, and like, this is kind of how you treat me. And with this being like the clarifying energy, it's very interesting. These two individuals are kind of wearing the same outfit in a sense. Like they're a little different in some ways, but I feel like this is kind of telling a story here of just like wow, that was kind of just disappointing. And then let it be disappointing, and then like again, like move on from the situation. Like you protect your peace here. And again, like you have people in your life who will love you, support you, and stand by you in this. And then, of course, we have the Eight of Swords coming out in reverse, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. So there's a need to just kind of let go of any, like, mental insecurities or just insecurities in general of, like, just because somebody's coming for you doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. In fact, it can be a sign that you're actually doing something extremely right. Sometimes people gonna be on you like moth to a flame though. So again, try not to like, this could be a person from your past too, because we have the Six of Cups coming out with all of this other energy here, right? We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Swords, the Two of Cups in reverse, and the Six of Cups. So I feel like there's this essence of like, this person, like, it is not mutual. It is not the same. And there may be like some good memories or that y'all share or have, but ultimately like this situation is not worth your time and your energy. And I feel like there's just a need to like take the wisdom from the situation and move on. And just like it can literally be that simple. We have a lot of sword cards coming out here. And with it, it's just like, there is like, it is what it is energy. You know your worth. You are divinely protected in this. If something does come up, you're seeing things clearly. And just cut that person off. Like, or just make the necessary boundaries and changes to protect yourself and your energy. It doesn't always have to be like you cut this person off, but just make sure that you are protecting yourself and knowing your worth. Because yeah, I just don't think you deserve to have that negativity in your life, especially with everything that you do for people and how much you pour into people. And like, take this as a sign, like, yeah, sure, like maybe this person is going through it or whatever. They're taking your light as a projection of, or yeah, just like their own insecurity, whatever. That's really not on you. And if they want to come back and apologize or whatever, that's great. But I definitely think that like it's gonna be like they just can't like really meet you with where they're at. So yeah, I just think it's time to move on and kind of let go of this and know your worth. And yep, adios on out. I feel called to pull one of these chakra oracle wisdom cards. So let's see, can I just get one more clarifier? Ah, yeah. Okay. I also would like to read this to you. I'm in a very like read it kind of mood, but it's just really cool to see like the patterns and the synchronicities. But this is associated with the sacral chakra. Take it as a signs. If it resonates, but like literally the main line here is, I'm sorry, but I have to take care of myself. And then the story behind the card says, Apricot truly is a saint. She sets aside her own needs and happiness to help others, even allowing freeloading friends to get involved in her business. One day, her latest business, air quotations, partner, close air quotations, announces that she wants to dissolve, air quotations, their company, end air quotations, company, and split the profit. Apricot stands up to her. The company is hers and she did all that work, while the so-called, air quotations, partner did nothing. Now she will only give from her excess, not from her reserve. Do not do for others what they need to do for themselves. Speak truth from your heart. Honesty is freedom. Any guilt is fear of being disliked. Am I giving away too much time and energy and resenting it? Is my anger really guilt? Self-care, burdening obligations, enabling others, and finding personal power. Some other keywords are awareness, awakening, and release. So, that being said, if there is anybody like that's just wanting a piece of your energy and they are not giving you the time, the energy, or just holding up with their end of the bargain, like you giving this person what they want is actually the worst thing that you can do for them. You leading by example and following your path is the best thing that you could do for yourself here. Again, I know that's a lot easier said than done, but I really do feel like Spirit will be taking care of you in this. So thank you so much, pile number ones. Happy Leo, sorry, we had a lot of Aquarius cards today. Happy Leo solar eclipse. Be safe out there and make sure you protect yourself. You're cleansing your energy, all the things. You are so divinely protected and unconditionally loved by your guides and the universe. Be safe out there, and thank you so much for tuning in and joining me for my reading. Bye. I love you. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you so much for joining me today for your Leo solar eclipse reading coming up on this August the 12th. That I think will be a Wednesday. If you chose this orange Aventurine stone as well as the Supernova Tarot, this is your reading. For starters, I pulled some cards off camera for this, just to get a little bit of more precise energy before we get into the tarot. I also just wanted to give a big and warm thanks for joining me. I'm pretty new to doing this, but I've been having so much fun, and I've been watching a lot of people in the pick a card readings for a while, and they've helped me so much on my journey. So to be able to maybe help somebody in the same way that they've helped me brings me so much honor. So for starters, we got the medallion, and give me a second as I kind of situate this. It's not going to be perfect, but that's all right. Sorry to anybody who was a little bit OCD or anything and big on aesthetics. This is actually so funny. We also got Taurus, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of beauty and aesthetics. And Taurus just kind of likes their surroundings. Very pleasing. So I'm going to try to adhere to your situation a little bit. All right. Next, we got grapevines. Call on your desires, as this is the time to ask and receive. And then next we got Fennel. There is nothing to fear. Trust that everything will work itself out. Oh, this is looking all right. Okay. And then next we received Concentration, Saturn in Gemini. Let's go ahead and do. Okay. And we got Inspiration, Mercury in Pisces. We also received Venus in Gemini with Flattery. And next we got Mars in Capricorn with Authority. We also received Sorrow over a Loss. Good Fortune, as well as we received a third Temporary Situation with Tent. Okay, so pile number 2, it seems like your finances, your values, your worth is definitely coming into play, especially whenever it comes to whatever you are pursuing in the public eye, your reputation, your career, your role as a leader in your community. I do feel like this does have a little bit to do with your physical resources. Maybe somebody in your family recently got laid off, or you have been struggling to find a job that will help to pay bills or something along those lines. It could be that you are just very mentally unhappy in your current work situation, and Spirit may be calling upon you to this eclipse to get in touch with what you really find valuable, and the rest will come. It may be that you have been kind of following the traditional playbook whenever it comes to your own personal goals. And there could just be a little bit of frustration and chaos for you, especially if you're somebody who is like very consistent, steady, just like a Taurus is. Maybe you really just enjoy having your creature comforts met, and maybe you're having to sacrifice a little bit. I wanted to take just a moment to read from the Wild Unknown Archetypes guidebook. Kim Kronz does the Archetypes, Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle deck, which is from the medallion is from this one, and I really just appreciate her as an author, as a deck creator. She by far is one of my personal favorites, but she is just truly, she's an amazing writer and artist, and I really love sharing her work. But in it says the medallion, the amulet, the talisman, the heirloom. The passing of a sacred object is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globe. We give jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yet, when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile with the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held onto for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it is time for you to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. So there is kind of, when push comes to shove, or just like a, stepping outside of a maybe very comfortable yet unrewarding or just defeating situation. And in the absence or the removal of this, Spirit wants you to know that this discomfort is only temporary, and that your true fortune and prosperity is on the way to you. Spirit is really wanting you and giving you full permission right now to dream. Now, in my personal opinion, this Leo solar eclipse is the perfect time to do any kind of manifesting, to really be honest with yourself about what kind of life you want to create. Have you been living by other people's playbooks? And what can you do to liberate yourself from the chains that society or collective energies that don't align with you have put on you, or maybe you've subconsciously put on yourself? Maybe it's family generational. Like I said, the medallion, maybe this is something that's been passed down generation to generation, and you're the very first person to really liberate yourself from this. I feel like you definitely strive for a more comfortable lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with knowing your worth. I do feel like there is a more mentally stimulating career, or something that would just engage your mind a little bit more, help you to connect with your inner world, your spirituality, something that's a little bit more flexible. Spirit is really wanting you to go with the flow and to concentrate on what you want. Right now, it may be really important to note how you're speaking and talking to yourself, especially when you're in situations of growth and learning. With this authority card coming out here too, it could be that there is a boss in your life that is just kind of creating a little bit of financial difficulty, or not financial difficulty, but just like strife, or maybe y'all been having a lot of hard conversations recently, and there's just some kind of conflict in the air, and Spirit is really wanting you to stay strong and to focus on what you really want out of life. So I am feeling good there. I'm going to go ahead and clear these oracle cards away so that we can move into your tarot. But if you want to take just a moment to kind of open up your energy, think about a situation that would be on your mind, and be really present about where you are wanting the most guidance for this upcoming Leo solar eclipse, and what it might be bringing for you, what kind of changes it might be invoking. Okay, spirits, angels, ancestors within my pile number 2's highest good and healing only, please help me to deliver a message that is rooted in love, intuitively accurate and precise, and helps to give my pile number 2 some more clarity and direction in their highest good and healing only. What can they expect here? Okay, we have Queen of Cups, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups in reverse, and King of Pentacles. I love to see it. You may want to look to see where you have Taurus in your birth chart. If you don't have access to that, especially like the houses and stuff, I really love astrocharts.com. That is like my go-to, just like quick one and done, pull up a birth chart. I personally use Time Nomad for my chart, but I do know that a lot of my personal friends use Astro Matrix. AstroSeek is a great one. All right. We have 10 of Cups. Coming out as a clarifier for the Queen of Cups. Clarifier for the 4 of Swords, please, Spirit. We have 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Can I get a clarifier for the 7 of Cups in reverse, please, Spirit? We have the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. And the King of Pentacles. We have Temperance, which I love that there's kind of a repeating symbolism here between the 2 of Pentacles and the Temperance card. I feel like there's a lot of change and rebalancing that Spirit is invoking in your life. And then we have Wheel of Fortune on the bottom. I'll go ahead and set that aside over here, and we will get into the reading. Okay, so with the Queen of Cups and the 10 of Cups coming out here, it could be that Spirit is really wanting you to nurture yourself at this time, get some rest, especially if like you've just been laid off from a job, or things at work aren't going the best. Spirit is just wanting you to take the best care of yourself as possible, to nurture your home life, to rely on your family, and to be the care and support that you need. I feel like as far as your home life goes, I don't think this is going to be a huge focus. Excuse me, I'm getting very sleepy right now, which is interesting because the 4 of Swords is all about mental rest. You just may be kind of exhausted whenever it comes to work, so make sure you're getting plenty of rest, because I do feel like with all the change going on in your life, I don't know if you're somebody who's very slow to make a decision. When we usually see Taurus, and then we have like the bulls up here too, so you may be a Taurus placement, or you know, you could have a lot of like Taurus energies in your chart. I'm not entirely sure. Take it if it resonates. I feel like Spirit is really urging you to care for yourself, because you can't control a lot of the changes that are happening around you. Spirit does want you to know that you will be very financially well off. You just need to have a little bit more faith and know that how you've been being treated in the past is not how you've been deserving. And in fact, I really feel like this is a sign of good luck. And then we have like Ace of Pentacles on the bottom too. Oh my God, 6 of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna stop after this, but just go with the flow. Trust, because I feel like whatever's coming your way, it is set to bring in a lot of abundance, a lot of victory, and personal success for you. And not only success for you, but success for so many people around you. Like, this is going to benefit you so much. Trust that the universe is taking care of you. This is going to be something that defies logic a little bit. And which, this is kind of my forte here. I love shit like this. So I do feel like a lot of this is in terms of money, and again, just like material resources. Maybe you got turned down from a job or something along those lines. But I'm here to tell you, Spirit has something better coming on the way. So I'm going to connect with my Wealthy Woman Oracle deck. Now, you don't have to be a woman to receive a card from this. It's just the name of the Oracle deck, but it is a financial advisory or energetics of wealth prosperity deck. So I'm just going to pull a card because that seems like the guidance that you would most need to hear right now. So Spirit, can I please have one card for my pile number 2s? Thank you so much. And we have Radiant Abundance coming out. I love to see it. Let's go ahead and flip to the guidebook. And I will go ahead and read this out loud. Okay. Become what you desire. The biggest illusion that separates us from the wealth we desire is the belief that we are separate from it. Abundance is always available to you and can appear in more ways than you can anticipate. But the more you focus on not having it, the more you act like you don't have it, which leads to creating more lack in your life. The great secret to creating wild abundance in your life is this: you must become the living embodiment of the abundance you seek. This card indicates that it's time to lean more into the person who has abundance before the abundance has materialized in your life. How will you feel when you receive the money you desire? Can you feel that way now? How will you move through the world when you have all the abundance that you can imagine? Can you navigate the world that way now, even in just small ways? Become the essence of abundance. Allow it to flood into every cell of your being and radiate out from you. In doing so, you make it easier for abundance to find its way to you faster than ever before. And hell, man, to every atom. To every freaking atom. So I feel like this message here is for you to really exercise your faith and your trust. Be as delulu as hell. You know, affirmations, working, just really just asking, praying, having faith that the things that you want and desire are coming your way to you. And I do feel like as a consequence of that, there's going to be some change in your life, but that's kind of what you want, right? So don't be afraid to ask for help or know your worth. Do know that you will be supported, you will be taken care of, and that this situation is only temporary. And yeah, I mean, with the King of Pentacles coming out, I really feel like this is what Spirit is wanting you to embody at this time. Some of you could be business owners, and this is just like kind of calling you to step like full force into your business and take action towards the goals that are more aligned here. And with Sagittarius, Temperance being ruled by Sagittarius and Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter, I really do feel like luck is on your side. So you may be confused or just stressed, feeling very chaotic right now, but Spirit is wanting you to know that good things are coming your way, to not stress and to focus on what you have instead of focusing on what you lack. Know that you are worth every good and positive thing coming your way. You are so worth and deserving of all this abundance and prosperity. I am wishing you so well. And again, thank you so much for your time and your energy and your patience and just being here with me as I get to do and share something that I love. I am supporting you so much, and thank you for supporting me. I love you all so, so much, and happy Leo solar eclipse. And the one after this will be the Pisces lunar eclipse on August 27th. So eclipses are times of changes in general. They can be a little fucking crazy. So cross your fingers, bear with me. I know that things can be a little bit intense during eclipse season, but it's all gonna work out. I love you very much, pile 2. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining me for this Leo solar eclipse reading that will be taking place for August the 12th, which will be on a Wednesday. I just wanted to quickly say before we start, thank you so much for tuning into this. These mean so much to me, and I put a lot of time and effort into these videos. But let's go ahead and get into it. I pulled some oracle cards for you guys off camera just to get some energy, an energy check for some things that you may be experiencing. Or just like themes, energies outside of the tarot, just to get a little bit more specific. So for starters, we have the Seed. We also have Luna, the Moon, which is very interesting. We got Corn Dollies. The relationships that nurture or that nourish are those you nurture with your spirit. We also received prayers to the earth. Become present with the blessings you already have. May gratitude fill your heart. may take me a moment to get all these cards settled here. Next, we received we received Moon in Aries with protection. Jupiter in Taurus with status. And sorry, y'all, I know this isn't going to be perfect. But when is it ever? When is it ever? Okay. We received Sun in Gemini with versatility. As well as Venus in Sagittarius with flirtation. And for our last two cards, we got Moon again, changes in your life. Not a shocker there. And last but not least, Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. All right, so pile number 3. It's very evident that maybe the emotions or with the themes of like we have one, not just one, but 3 moon cards here, and this is talking a lot about changes coming into your life. And I think that it's very interesting that we're doing a reading about the Leo new moon / solar eclipse that is taking place. And I wanted to take a moment to read from the Archetypes Guidebook, the Wild Unknown Archetypes, which the seed card is from, just because I really appreciate the author Kim Krans and the work that she does. I find that her art and her readings in general are very intricate. Sorry, I needed to grab a drink really quick. And very thoughtful, and I just think that they're very introspective. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna read the seed card to you guys. Just give me one moment. It is on page 197, and we will read it together because this is the energy, the main energy that you will be in this solar eclipse. We have the seed, the beginning, the origin, the pearl. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, interesting, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents the fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there's potent generative energy all around. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an artsy and patient feeling. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. So I find this very interesting, especially because we have Stork here, news of a birth, which birth imagery was in this, or a new business opportunity. Some of you could be finding out, especially because with all the moon symbolism here, the moon is related to being a mother or the mother archetype. So I'm wondering, and then we have like the baby here. So some of you could be mothers or could be receiving a message about becoming parents. You could be receiving a message from your mother. Maybe your mother is starting a business or something like that. But yeah, this is very interesting and very cool. We also have two cards here with corn dollies and prayers to the earth about being present, especially whenever it comes to working with your guides, angels, ancestors, spirit team, anybody within your highest good and healing. I feel like your intuition could be heightening at this time. You could just be getting in contact with a lot of your primal instincts. Again, going back to like the mother symbolism, it could be that some of you could be really in touch with your maternal instincts, paternal instincts, and spirit is just wanting you to nourish and nurture those around you, and especially if you have any kiddos, and also note that you are being nourished right now. It could be that a big sum of money is also on the way to you, some kind of financial windfall or gain. Spirit is also saying that gratitude brings in more abundance, especially with this prayers to the earth. I feel like you will be receiving some kind of message in regards to this new opportunity. I feel like this will be coming to you. I want to just hop into the tarot just to get a little bit more about this. Again, I do feel like this might put you in the public eye, or maybe it's just going to bring you a good sense of safety and security. You could be having issues just like speaking up. Maybe you're feeling more shy, more introverted at this time, more of like a homebody. Maybe you need some rest, some time to yourself, some time to connect with your inner world too. These are all just kind of intuitive hits that I'm getting. But let's go ahead and shuffle the tarot and ask for a little bit more guidance on your situation. Spirits, angels, ancestors within my pile number 3's highest good and healing only. What messages, what could my pile number 3's be expecting this Leo solar eclipse? Please help me to deliver a message that is rooted in love, authenticity, that helps deliver clarity and confidence to my pile number 3's. We have the King of Pentacles coming out strong. I love to see this. Some of you could be having your own business. I'm wondering if some of you guys work from home or something like that, especially with all this lunar energy. We have the Empress in reverse. We have, do you want to come out upright or reverse? It's the Magician card. Reverse. Okay, the Magician in reverse. Interesting. Huh. I'm hearing nothing is set in stone. And Justice in reverse. Wow, fascinating. Can I have a clarifier for this King of Pentacles card here, Spirit? I love to see that all of y'all are getting y'all's money up. Okay. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. Can I have a clarifier for the Empress in reverse, please? Some of you guys may be dealing with a little bit of imposter syndrome. Okay, we have the Three of Swords coming out, which the 3 is associated with the Empress as well. So we have 3 twice here. And then we have the Tower on the bottom. This is interesting. I feel like this could be like an internal heartache. Can I have a clarifier for, okay, Ace. Okay, for the Magician in reverse, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And then a clarifier for Justice in reverse. Okay. We have the World in reverse. I'm gonna need a little crystal to cover her booby. And then we have the Devil in reverse on the bottom here. This is really interesting. I'm also just gonna, I don't know if all of this is safe to put on YouTube here, so I'm just, sorry, I have to cover up his nipples. Sorry, Mr. Devil Man. Okay, so this is really interesting. I'm wondering if there's some kind of heartache, inner heartache that you may be experiencing, especially surrounding some pain, like internal pains, internal insecurities. You may be discovering something that is attributing to low self-esteem or low self-worth. You may be having a hard time trusting yourself and trusting your intuition. Maybe your emotions are just very strong at this time. Sorry, I'm grabbing a little bit more for guidance from the Chakra Wisdom Oracle. We have dissipating coming out here. And you know what's so interesting is right before your reading, I really needed to, like, I felt like I procrastinated so much. Like, I was like, I need to go get a drink, and then I need to make myself something to eat. And I really needed a break. So maybe some of you need a break, or like I'm hearing like your nervous system needs a break. But this dissipating card here, it talks about never having the opportunity to embark on your dreams. And maybe you're just kind of seeing other people live out theirs. And it's making you deeply insecure. Or maybe this is something that you're working through. This dissipating card is also associated with the solar plexus. We have expansion coming out here. You may have been living your life for other people with an instinct. Okay. Spirit really doesn't want you to give up whenever it comes to pursuing your dreams. You may be struggling with comparison, talking a lot about what you're going to be doing, and then just not doing it ultimately. I feel called to check this expansion card here. This talks about the throat chakra, and then this instinct card here talks about the crown chakra, so take that if it resonates. It says, expansion, you will see it when you believe it. Sky God was seeking wise counsel to choose the color of the sky. He wanted the beings of earth to feel serene when they looked at his work. Other great spirits remind him to trust his intuition. He will know what the right color when he sees it. Sky God trusts, and he sees the color clearly. Thus, the sky became sky blue. Seeking good advice is vital when you are pushing into new territory. Stay away from anybody who's critical of your dreams. This indicates possibly changing your friends. Interesting. So I'm wondering if you're having somebody who's like treated you unfairly. Maybe somebody that you look up to who's in a position of high authority. Somebody who has a lot of money, who maybe has put you down in some way, shape, or form. This could be a father figure, a mentor, your boss, a partner, somebody with pretty strong, masculine, impulsive nature. And this instinct card here also just talks about like trusting your intuition, following your heart. And we talked about earlier with that, like again, like your primal instincts with that Aries moon. feeling very maternal, feeling very drawn to something. And you may be feeling just very insecure right now, or maybe you're not trusting yourself. I want to get a few, just a few more clarifiers. I feel like the need to just pull like so many cards on this for clarification. I do feel like your guides are with you and want to help you. Here, beware of great pride with the peacock. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. And good luck. Can I have a clarifier for the peacock, please? Is this, okay, spiritual love. Rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. Let me sit with this for just a moment. I'm getting a lot of contradictory messages. I will say, for me, obviously, like, my channel's name is Rainbow Readings, Rainbow Reflections. And this is a really big sign for me that, like, you're really transcending a lot of grief in your life. That really beautiful things are coming your way. You may be struggling with some imposter syndrome. I don't know if I said that already. Wow, I'm feeling like crazy, just like cognitive dissonance. We have you will receive a gift. I'm feeling called to check in my other, I have this Prism Oracle deck. Thank you for being patient with me, and I apologize for the reliance on my tools. Because I'm feeling just so, like, this is a very unique message. Maybe this is kind of something that happens once in a lifetime. You may be shocked or surprised. Okay, so we do have rest, which makes sense. Flow. Death. Okay. We have frustration. Okay. So, pile number 3. I feel like a lot of you have faced some pretty significant trauma in your life and are now entering a time of reprieve, of joy, of love, of success. And you have worked so hard to get to where you are at right now. Again, there's this message of when you have healed so much of yourself or done so much work to get yourself out of hard situations. There's this pendulum swing. And it's funny, we had the seed coming out here, and that being in combination with death, I feel like a really big portion of your chapter is over. There may be a lot of grief that you're still processing. And because you have so much stability in your life, you were finally getting to heal and look at these things deep within you. There's a part of you that's like, I feel like you're grieving a lot of like shadow aspects of the self. I have a shadow work deck. It's a little bit scary looking, but it actually is such a sweet, sweet, sweet deck. And with the devil coming out in reverse, I feel like this is a part of it, is like you're having to let that old version of yourself completely die off. And my solar plexus, my left side of my solar plexus is kind of aching a little bit here. And I feel like this is telling me that like that old identity, that maybe like a victim complex or something like that is starting to die off. Like maybe there's like a hypervigilance or fear or lack, like this past version of you, it can't fit into this new life. Give me one moment. I'm gonna go grab that shadow work deck. All right, so I've grabbed the deck. Spirits, angels, ancestors within my pile number 3 is highest good and healing only. Please help me to identify what part of my pile number 3s is dying off. Okay. So we have convergence and right path. This is the shadow of darkness oracle. Confront the demons within. Convergence, right path. Everything is starting to amalgamate. All the aspects are beginning to fit together. Ignore the inner critic. Trust that you are being guided to the right path and don't give up. Your entire life, the universe has been trying to bring you to this point. You must go through all that is necessary in order to follow your genuine path, which leads you to this direction. You wouldn't have reached this point if you hadn't gone through everything you had to. Your evolution and transformation, because of these lessons you have learned, have affected your consciousness. Your spirit team is pleased to inform you that you have reached a new level or will soon. You seem to be realizing that you are now on the right track to accomplishing your goals and ambitions, that everything seems to converge at this destination. Your spirit team is telling you how great you are doing and to never give up. The realization of your goals gives you direction that make you feel more whole, as though a missing piece has been found. Believe in your inherent talents for what you do and let go of your inner critic. You can gauge your route to what you should be pursuing by sensing the feeling of expansion. It doesn't feel like a tremendous effort since you want to do it. If you appreciate it, there is incentive and a drive to keep going after it. Your spirit team is proud of you. Even though life occasionally interferes, you frequently return to an idea that inspires you, so let your soul guide you towards that. Your intuition can assist in giving you the solutions and next steps that you need. Trust that this is the right course of action and keep going this way, and you will benefit. Okay, so I think, like, again, that you're just doing, like, that, yeah, like this old chapter, like a very significant chapter of your life is dying off. And, you know, solar eclipses are times of really, really powerful change. And going back to like the moon and stuff, I feel like there's like this coming home to self, of recognizing how much you've actually been through and where you are at now. It's kind of like you're waking up. If you need to sleep more right now, please be very, very kind to yourself. I feel like you've done so much work to get to where you are at right now. And again, like there's just a part of you that's dying off. So this may be an energetic thing. So be very, very kind to yourself. Yeah, I'm very, very proud of you, and just know that, like, you deserve this. I feel like something very, very beautiful is coming your way. And again, Spirit may be being a little bit elusive about this. Can I just get some advice moving forward? Anything else that my pile number 3s may need to know? And I apologize for the just keep working towards your goals. I feel like you may be seeing a lot of success in the We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. The Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Lots of pentacles here. So maybe there's like a really strong financial reward and stability. And then the 10 of Wands with the 5 of Pentacles on the bottom. So like maybe some of you are just like working to get yourself out of like, and have been working to get yourself out of a hard, like I feel like your hard work is finally starting to pay off. Like this has just been years and years and years and years. And I feel like you have had no free passes. Like Spirit has been like, you have done everything the air quotes hard way. But it's been the right way for you. And I feel like you are finally getting to this place of inner stability, of confidence, and you will be able to give back to people eventually. Yeah, keep just pursuing your dreams. We have the Lovers in reverse on the bottom. I'm sorry, I just feel called to pull one more card. Like this is such a powerful reading. Please just don't give up. We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So for a lot of you, you come from very unstable, lonely, emotionally isolating home lives. Again, you've taken no shortcuts here. There could be like a part of your inner child that is healing, and as you are becoming the adult, the person that you've wanted to become, you're creating that home within yourself. You may be facing a lot of just like if you're just crying a lot right now, just let yourself cry. Let yourself to like purge all of this excess energy that has been weighing you down for so long. I know this reading has been quite a doozy, but I think that for a lot of you, we literally have the 7 of Cups. You may be lacking direction. You may be not knowing like where things are going to go and where things are going to develop, but Spirit is just wanting you to have faith and trust in the process and know that like you are going to reap your hard work very, very soon. If you haven't already, you are on the cusp of very, very powerful change. You just continue to trust yourself, continue to follow the pull where Spirit, like, get your rest where you can. It's very evident that you've been working super, super hard to create stability and a life that is worth living for yourself. I don't know if, you know, some of you struggled with that in the past, but I can see that that's been something that's been weighing on your spirit for sure. So thank you very, very much, my pile number 3s, and thank you for being here with me today. I know this was kind of an all over the place reading, but maybe that's a little bit about how you're feeling. I don't know. Let me know your situation if this resonates at all. And just happy solar eclipse. I appreciate your time and your energy and sticking around. And I love you so much. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. If you chose the Mystical Medleys Tarot, as well as this white little calcite square boy, this is your reading. I just wanted to say before we get started, a big thank you for your support. It means so much to me. I really love what I do, and it is an honor to just be able to have a platform to share this on. And thank you for your time, your energy, and everything. This means so much to me. So for starters, we already have Sun on the bottom. I just wanted to say the Sun is the most auspicious card in the whole deck, and it is just about radiant. It can often be linked to Leo, but mainly because the sun is the planetary ruler of Leo, in astrology at least. And I pulled some oracle cards for you guys off camera, and I tried not to take a peek at these, but I couldn't help but notice some synchronicities, and I only take jumpers when I'm doing this. But let's go ahead and just get into your oracle cards, and then we will move into the tarot after that. But we got the 1, and then we pulled Leo, right? Very cool, very cool. We pulled corn dollies. The relationships that nourish are those you nurture with your spirit. Notice like all the sunflowers. Now, given the deck that I used for this one, as well as this one, is the Lammas Seasons of the Witch Oracle, which has a lot of sunflower symbolism in it. So I think there's a sunflower in literally each one, but still very interesting, like right there. Okay, then we have collecting seeds. Remember that what was once planted has grown, and now it's time to sow new seeds. Collecting seeds. All right. And then I pulled some of these Oracle of the Radiant Sun cards, and we pulled Sun in Aries with Assertion. And we pulled Jupiter in Aries with Enterprise. Okay. Next, we pulled Venus and Leo with Affair. We pulled Negotiation with Jupiter and Libra. And then for our last 2 cards, we pulled Jug, a lighthearted, carefree time. And we also pulled Lion, time to act, which is also really interesting just because Leo is ruled by the lion. So we have lion symbolism here. We have sunflower symbolism here. And for me, I feel like Leo and sunflowers go hand in hand, and it's not just me, as you can clearly see here. Pile number 4, I feel like this time is really just about like reconnecting to yourself, as well as connecting to your relationships. It's interesting that we have Jupiter in Aries and Jupiter in Libra, as those are on opposing cusps, but overall we have a lot of fire sign energy in here. So you could be a Libra, you could be a Leo, you could be an Aries, you could be a Sagittarius as well. But obviously there is a lot of Leo energy here. So Leo did not come to play around. But before we get started too much, I wanted to take the time to read from the Wild Unknown Archetypes Guidebook. That is where the 1 card comes from. And it is from Kim Krans, which is one of my favorite authors and creators, especially in the tarot and oracle community. And she is just always so innovative with a lot of her work, and I really appreciate everything that she has to offer. She does the Wild Unknown Alchemy, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit, as well as the Wild Unknown Tarot. So that's kind of her thing, is the Wild Unknown. And I really appreciate, she has given and bestowed upon me so much wisdom through the creations that she has brought to life. So I just have a lot of respect for her. And sometimes the best way to connect to these is just to share it directly from the book, and maybe we can just appreciate this together. So we're gonna pop on over, and it says, non-duality, one love, unus mundus. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The one is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype excludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet, when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across the land. We glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large. Within that field, we are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away, and we are left with what is, the precious knowing that life is a gift. We are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. So I feel like for a lot of you, you are just entering a time of the utmost presence. You may be connecting a lot to your guides, especially with this Corn Dollies card coming out. You may be just trying to connect to your spirituality, taking the time to get to understand and to know your guides, to listen as well as follow them. Some of you could be running spiritual businesses. Some of you could just be taking intuitive action towards what lights you up, what makes you happy. I feel like this is a season of inspired action, as well as just following your heart and doing what you love to do. I see this as a very happy time in your life, as well as happy relationships. I guess the only qualm here is, trying to be present and knowing that this time isn't going to last forever, but and not clinging on to it too much. But I feel like there's just a lot of blessings that are coming your way. It really gives like you're kind of the main character in your own life. You're living for you, by you. And yeah, I mean, this is a really, really beautiful energy, pile number 4. It's such a great one to end out my recordings with. But let's go ahead and clear away these cards and get into the tarot. I'm really excited to see what the cards have to say. Maybe we can get you a little bit more guidance, a little bit more specifics, but I definitely feel like this Leo solar eclipse is going to be one of utmost importance. Maybe you're receiving some kind of synchronicity, safety, clarity. Everything just seems to be lining up to be perfect. And that's a hard thing to achieve, man. Maybe there's just like a coming to self that you're experiencing. All right. Spirits, angels, ancestors within my pile number 4's highest good and healing only. What can this week expect for, what can my pile number 4's expect for their Leo solar eclipse experience? Okay, interesting. We have the star and height, like so perfectly underneath of it. We have the sun. Like, you guys saw that kind of fly out, right? Like, there's just, wow, that's so beautiful. And with it falling out like this, and the star is associated with Aquarius energy, which Aquarius is the sister sign to Leo. It is on the opposite axis. So Aquarius is the sign, like, they are working for other people. I was just listening to something about where the archetype of the water bearer comes from, and in it, I cannot for the life of me remember the folklore or the mythology behind it, but there is a god, goddess, or a demigod that is captured by Jupiter, Zeus, and is a slave and is their drink servant. And is very beautiful, highly admirable. But again, service is a really big deal for Aquarius, but there's also like this rebellion, this resentment that goes behind it. This I feel like a lot of you are just living in truth, seeing yourself so clearly. again, like, and then we have the sunflowers here too. Like, this is just a really, really happy time in your life. And I'm getting just like this huge wave of peace, of positivity. I feel like with like I feel like your guides are just around you, supporting you right now, and you're giving so much grace and gratitude for everything that you have experienced leading up to this point. I feel like things are going to be becoming very easy to you. Like there may be some kind of like aha moment. Wow. We have the Six of Wands coming out here. Like, there's just this huge success that you are achieving this solar eclipse. And I feel like everybody is just with you, supporting you. Like, whatever you are doing, it is not only supporting you, but it is supporting other people too. Like, you are winning, son. You are so winning. Are you winning, son? Yeah. Yeah, I am, Dad. Actually, yeah, I am. All right, can I get one more card here? And then we have Temperance, which is associated with Sagittarius energy. So again, I just feel like these are really positive changes that are integrated. And then we have like the sun again in the background here. I just feel like you're moving towards a very positive, jovial time in your life. I mean, this is probably one of the best, if not the best reading that I've literally ever given to somebody before. So let's see. Can I get a clarifier for the Star card? We have the Four of Cups. I feel like you're not gonna see this coming. Like this is a big surprise. Maybe some of you have been sober or on a just like, or have like cut away like all substances or all like, because this guy kind of reminds me of a weed leaf a little bit. And so maybe like you're achieving some kind of clarity about yourself internally. You're coming out of like a very apathetic time. All right, can I have a clarifier for the sun, please? Okay. So, okay, we have a couple things. Interesting. We have the Hierophant. We have Sad Squirrel. And we have Ten of Pentacles. And it's interesting because we have these like grumpy guys on the sides here. Maybe in the past you kind of dimmed your light in order to match other people. And this could be like you're breaking some kind of generational cycle of apathy, of misery loves company. Like you could come from a long line of negativity. Take that if it resonates. Or maybe you're just learning how to step away from society and like embrace your own happiness. Not take so much responsibility for other people's struggling. This Sad Squirrel card is unique to the Mystical Medleys deck. And a part of it can talk about like just being like very, again, like apathetic or restrictive about what you have. Like maybe some of you are moving away from like a lack mindset. Six of Wands here. We have Justice in reverse. I want to get one more clarifier for this too. I have one more clarifier here for Justice in reverse and the Six of Wands. Okay, we have Strength. Yeah, so I feel like some of you are going to feel, and this card is associated with Leo. I feel like some of you are like, you may be feeling undeserving of the good things coming in your life. There may be a lot of like a survivor's guilt kind of thing. Maybe you feel like some of this is unfair or it's unbalanced. Can I get a clarifier for the Temperance card here? But it's like, bro, like you provide, like with the stars being reflected here and with the sun, I feel like you're just very unique. I see this as like you just may be somebody who goes around and spreads joy to everybody, and like your joy is your strength, and maybe you hide how much you have been through, or just by like the looks of you, you wouldn't guess that you had been through so much shit, so much trauma, so much grief. Four of Wands. Okay. And then Judgment on the bottom. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, I just feel like you're really you're entering a very celebratory time in your life. You're gonna be having a lot of fun. You may feel like this is unfair in some way, shape, or form. Stop. You deserve this. Every bit of work that has led you up to this point is all you. It's literally been all you in spirit. So, you know, glory be to God or whatever. Glory be to your spirit team. Glory be to universe. Glory be to goddess. But like ultimately, like you had to make that decision. You had to make that decision. And I feel like you have been treated so unfairly in the past. And as a consequence, you've treated yourself really unfairly. This is a lot of like you've had to fight tooth and nail to get to this point. If you were drawn to pile number 3, there may be a message in there for you too. But like, please know that you are so worth all the goodness coming your way. All right, I'm gonna pull from my Chakra Wisdom Oracle just to get a few more clarifiers here. Self-worth. This is actually so funny. This is so funny. Okay. I've been reading a lot from my guidebooks today, but it's like, you just like, you can't make this shit up. You literally can't make this shit up. Okay. The Salmon Chair. Come sit in my chair and feel my love, says the great servant. The salmon chair appears to an intuitive child playing in the snow. Valley and river are the salmon chair's protectors. I never get to see it, complains River. Valley whispers, there are those who close their eyes and see it. The child rushes home to tell her elders about the chair, but no one believes her and she lies down, exhausted. Later, the chair appears to her again. She climbs in and feels the great servant's love. Inspiration. People, events, and material objects beyond your frame or reference are being drawn to you. Aim higher, for you will draw even greater experiences into your life. Allow your energy to grow. Receiving is an action. And this reminds me, like, time to act. Like, you are being aligned with such a, like, you are meant for this. Whatever opportunity is coming your way, know that, like, we'll get into this in a second. Like, the time is now. You will know when this opportunity strikes, and this is for you. This is handcrafted, a role that only you can fill. I feel like this is going to be really increasing your faith and bringing you just so much happiness and joy. And again, personal inquiry. How do I relate to the word deserving? Am I ready to allow myself to receive what others may not? Some key ideas: greater knowledge, innocent curiosity, being rewarded, receiving divine love. Keywords: faith, self-love, and value. Like, yes, this opportunity may seem so lucky. It may seem like one of once in a lifetime, but like you co-created with spirit to facilitate this throne that awaits you. Like nobody else could do, like, if everyone has that power, everyone. And if this video happens to stumble across somebody who is having a hard time stepping into their power, know that you are so worth and capable of achieving those dreams, those goals and desires. This is powerful, dude. This is crazy. This is probably hands down one of the craziest, most profound reasons determination. I literally, look, I only take jumpers on my readings. Like, I only take jumpers. Movement. And then confidence on the bottom. Like, you literally can't, I cannot make this shit up. 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 Okay. Sorry, I'm gagging myself right now. Okay. So just go out. Like, you have followed and been so determined to follow what lights you up and what makes you happy. You're gonna climb a mountain and then turn around? Hell no. No fucking landslide. No fucking landslide. No fucking landslide. I'll say it again. I'm gonna pull one more card. And then I'm done. I don't want to try my luck. Okay. Passion. More passion. More passion. And then creation on the bottom. Okay. Both of these are solar plexus cards, but I mean, like, or not solar plexus, they're sacral chakra with a chakra. These are like literally on the same fucking page. Okay. The Princess of Amber spends her time volunteering. No person or task is beneath her. She loves her subjects and looks after them like loyal servants. Like a loyal servant. When, dude, the synchronicity is absolutely insane here. Like, I genuinely, like, talking about the servant and then going back to the Aquarius bit that we talked about in the beginning. Pile number 4 is like, please comment down below and just like, if you let me know, because I'm eager to see like how this manifests. And yeah, I just literally can't. Okay. She loves her subjects and looks after them like a loyal servant. When the newspapers criticize her, her family begs her to behave more like royalty. She refuses. The people hold a free election, and to the surprise of the aristocracy, vote for the princess as their new leader. Inspiration. You are correct to feel passionate about your position. Follow your instincts, for you know intuitively what is right for you. Personal inquiry. Are my daily actions supporting my real passion? What am I willing to stand for? Key ideas. Following your passion, being authentic, taking a stand for yourself, being acknowledged, feeling ostracized by family and friends, being emotionally centered, strong feminine energy, a happy outcome. Keywords: passion, bravery, and loyalty. I literally cannot even, like, you the people's princess for real. Bitch, you the people's princess. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I also want to read this one to you guys. Thank you. Apparently this is book club. She Shaman. I will guide to you to your muse. In a time before history, She Shaman walks the earth, bestowing artistic talents on a select few. One day, she rests under a birch tree. Hey, says Birch, I want my muse too. Birch entertains She Shaman for a long time, singing and telling tales. She Shaman smiles. My great friend, you have had your art all along. She vows that from then on, she will give everyone their own gift. To this day, she shaman has never left us. We see her inside every creative work. Inspiration. Your path is an artistic one. Express your love in tangible art form. It's time to make decisions. Personal inquiry. Am I waiting for someone's permission to create my life? What do I need to see in order to claim my own gifts? Key ideas. Opening to magic. Lasting transformation. Divine feminine awakening creativity. Finding your muse, owning your gifts, creativity, muse, and magic. And you know, this is actually so beautifully perfect and divine. I literally cannot even, I'm shitting my pants right now, because I do these new moon and full moon events at a metaphysical shop in Webster, Texas called Lighthouse Reiki and Crystals, and it is truly just a crazy magical place, and I love my community so much there. It's an honor to be able to lead those events. They've brought me so much joy and so much passion, so much happiness, so much purpose. And literally it's called, like, the event is called Leo Solar Eclipse, Create Your Dream Life. And I feel like this is the fucking the cream of the fucking crop. This is like literally the essence. And it's so funny because we got all this fucking Leo card. Like, I am synchronicity fucking geeked right now. This is what's so cool about having so many different tarot and oracle decks, and how beautiful the fucking, like, sorry, I'm geeking a little bit about my passion, and maybe this is how you're fucking feeling too. How beautiful it is. Like, divination can just be like you're creating an artwork, right? You're creating a piece of a canvas. You have your canvas, right, which is your fucking wood, whatever your table you're displaying this shit on, and you're pulling intuitively from all these different piles and shit, and you create this beautiful story, and like you get to help people and like understand, like, and just like being able to like develop this relationship, this language with spirit. It's been so healing for me, and I feel like this is kind of the energy that you're getting in this too, is like, when this happens, bro, you better come back and tell me. Actually, you do whatever you want to do, because I love you and free will. But like it's just gonna be like, you're gonna be like, oh shit, oh damn, it was all for everything. It was all for everything. It wasn't all for nothing. It was all for everything. Okay, I love you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. I love you. I live, love you. Thank you. I love you. Goodbye.